Hello. I'm good. Parkour. Oh, let me make sure voice mod's not on still. Okay. I was helping NPC a little bit right before this. Yeah, we'll see. Whoa. Hello.
How are you?
Tired.
Oh, same.
Also realized that like there's like a fork basically. I don't know. Because spring equinox
We're not
party
open
is today.
Oh,
So that's taken
so
carrying.
technically. So here's the funny thing about that. Technically, that's my party. But
Yep.
I wasn't sure if, due to yesterday's things, if there's going to be anything that happened the next day, because usually Tuesday winds up being book club stuff. So I was like, I told them tentatively, I'm like, I'm not sure if I can go or make it or do anything with it because I don't know what happens Monday. So I was like, so if you guys want to do it, I support it. I will be there.
But yeah, that took Wicarium's spot because Twix is helping with it.
Yeah, because she's also one of the heads of the cult of Dionysus. Okay, so two things really. One, I saw a Tesla truck out in the wild today.
Fantastic.
That thing was weird. It was like a really bad Tetris piece that got released to the world. So there's that. Number two, I didn't have a thing for number two. I thought the first thing would stall me with enough time to say something for number two. So I ain't got nothing else. I guess TLDR for continuity scene. Salo left Dragonspire. Ludric would have been looking around for a little bit, would have went home, realized she was on home, waited there for a tiny bit to see if she popped up, didn't, and then would have started the hunt. Because this is probably like hour and a half, 2 hours potentially after the keep.
Okay. You. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything relevant. I don't know. She's probably covered in snow a bit. It probably is actively snowing a bit.
It's just back in my head. How long have you just been sitting there staring without moving? Have you blinked? Do you know what blinking is still?
Blinking? What's that?
Oh, no blinking, only emptiness. No thoughts, no emotions, just sadness.
Yeah, that's probably the only really relevant thing. So yeah, I'll go sit down, and in like a minute or two you can come over. So
yeah, it's quote unquote keep looking.
Where's my seat? Also, let me throw a log or two on here so that hopefully the fire is in a state Couchy can see. Actually, no, she's just gonna be like this. So yeah, this will have been yesterday. After Dragonspire, because Ludric went to find her last night. I haven't really thought too hard. We'll just see how Sal behaves. So a combination of spells. Scrying gave general vicinity area, and then locate object slash locate creature slash find the path, whichever one's needed to get here. He can cast all of those, and those didn't need saves or anything.
You know, for somebody who doesn't like the outdoors, I wind up finding you a lot of the times outside. I'm not mad. I don't know if you even messaged yet about it or anything, but apparently he's back this side.
I didn't check anything.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any more details, but Higgs is of the opinion that he is, according to Koru, I think that he's back this side. I didn't want to come off like an asshole if I did. You're your own person. You can make your own decisions if you want to do things. And I get that, and I respect that. But I also, as your partner, I also feel like I should be also looking out for your best interests too.
Yeah.
Get it though. I do. I get it as fully as I can from this side of things, but I've also been there on your side too. I'm also not going to tell you that you can't go do anything anymore, Sal. My big thing, before I got a chance to say it and kind of just blabbed it out, is just we need to take time. You've been going at it real hard these past 2 days. And I know you want to do help. I know you want to do a lot. But you also got to make sure you watch out for yourself too. That makes sense, right?
I've been. It's almost 2 months. I've done nothing. It just got worse.
I know. And that's also because we were just listening to the first orders we got from the doctors, and we didn't pursue anything deeper than that, because we didn't know. This is something none of us knew. We've never encountered it before. But like you said, it's been 2 months, and nothing had changed. It only gotten worse. Which is why I wanted to get Scaly involved, why I wanted to get the others more involved. Specialists, things like that. This general hospital isn't going to be able to fix this. But I believe with enough, with the people that we know and the resources available to us, we can get a cure. We can get whatever this is fixed. Have you back out there screaming Igni with everybody else? I'm just sorry that I waited 2 months to start trying to push for things. I should have acted sooner. That's my fault. What are your thoughts? On this whole ordeal?
I can't think of. I can't. Ugh. Can't think of words. Hmm.
If I was getting a little low, I thought maybe we can use a little spruce. Maybe it meant to be a wood joke, for what it's worth. If you don't want to talk, then I will talk. I seem to be somewhat okay at that at times. You remember
Yeah, before
towards the end
starting.
of last year, middle of it, there was a time where the twins had left on Bardic Circle business, and they were gone for quite some time. I'll let you in a little secret that not a lot of people knew. They were not away on Bardic Circle business. The twins had gotten incredibly sick. And nobody knew what the hell was going on. They couldn't use magic. They were beginning to wither away. It was beginning harder and harder for them to go back and forth between the two. And
I'm pretty sure this is just a lie.
it...
Like, that's not what was actually happening, I don't think. But I don't actually really know too much.
Working, myself and Sasha. And eventually we got a lead. Actually, why not taking us back to Faerun? It had turned out that somebody in Faerun had cast a curse on them. And the only thing that we had to go with was there was a temple of some kind with a moon above it on a grassy hill. That's it. That's all we had to bank on. And let me tell you, I don't know if you've ever been to Faerun. There's a lot of hills and a lot of grass. So, bit by bit, as days progressed, we worked at it. Tried to theorize what it could be, what things it might be involved with. And one day we made a breakthrough in a local town. Above ground, near the Underdark, I believe Minzabarin. It's what the nearest city, major city would have been. We found out there was a religion that followed a certain god, and we took the lead. So we had to go on. Best thing we could do. And as we went through and we followed, we were able to ascertain that there was an object inside of this temple that had been used for nefarious purposes and had placed a curse on the twins that was causing it all to happen. But we found it. And the person responsible for it. Got rid of it. Took care of the thing. And within a couple of weeks, the twins began to get better. Sometimes these things are not going to be very simple, and they're going to be rough to deal with, Han. And it's going to be a long journey. But I'm willing to go as long as it takes and do whatever I have to do to make sure this is taken care of. I have told you, and I'll say it again, in case you need to hear it again. I promised I would be at your side, no matter what, through thick and thin. I'd be there. And I will be damned if I let some fucking illness make you miserable. I can't promise you a solution overnight. I can't tell you that I'm going to be able to do it on my own, because I can't. But there's a lot of people that care. There's a lot of people that want to help, and that will push through to help you. And we will fix this. just need you to work with me, okay?
Why am I getting called? Who's calling me? I'll check that later. Oh my god. Not right now. Not right now, brother. I'm trying. I can't think of how to word it.
Hold on, real quick. Because this is bothering me, and you don't need all this snow on top of your head. Also on your shoulders, too. Come on.
So it would have been snowing. There isn't. I don't have snow on the map, but
Yeah, put a little more wood in the fire, okay?
It's gonna hit the overflow and get lower. Oh no, it didn't? Okay. I need to make another map with this new fire system.
Scaly should have. He said a few hours.
I need to respond to Scally.
Though, with him, I don't know if he understands the concept of time, so it might be like a day or two at most. But once he gets the results back, I have a second friend who is ready to receive them. He's going to give them a quick glance as well, get his input on it. Has a few ideas, kind of describe some of the symptoms. So he's got a few things he might have an idea for. And then from there, we can play it by ear, depending on what we hear from them, the two of them combined. And we can pick a couple directions some paths to go.
Yep, unstoppable dog is the immovable, so.
Plus, we'll also be going home. Well, to your home. See your family, see your folks. Do a little bit of poking around there, see what we can find there.
I just can't think of the words that Sal would use at this point, which is
Does
a
that
problem.
sound like a plan to you, at least?
Whatever.
No, not whatever.
Well, there was one that came immediately.
Positive thoughts, hon. Positive. I know it's hard. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it and bullshit it, but we have to go at this with positivity of some kind.
uh,
There's heavy snow at the keep. I mean, heavy snow near Calefall, which made the walk here a little perilous, but made it. However, I don't think staying out here all night is exactly going to be a good thing for either one of us, hun. Can we at least go home?
Mm. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like Sal still just does not want to talk about this stuff.
When we get home, I'll call Coro and Hicks, and I'll see if they haven't learned anything.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, that's her problem, is she feels confident in combat, but outside of it, she's like,
And cards down. Ugh. So I made my own dice roll at the end of that one. Since you seem to be a fan of those so much, I thought to do a 50-50 coin split. Or a 50-50, yeah, it's a 50-50 split. And it was either, was Ludwig just going to ask, can we at least go home if we're going to be sitting here in silence and not talk to each other? And sulk? Or he was going to get a tiny bit confrontational. Which, a part of me is like, that may have been the better decision between the two. But... then again, that could be a question for tomorrow. Well, technically, today.
Yup.
Ugh. I also was like, listen,
You don't want 2 hours sitting by a fire RP.
So on one hand, I have an entire playlist from Bardic Circle that's 2 hours long. I'll sit there and listen to it. However, I respect my time far more than that, and I appreciate RPing with you. However, we're not doing this, Sal.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Yep. Advanced sitting RP. Yeah, it's advanced sitting RP.
It's advanced sitting RP. Listen, we got our playlists. We got our snackies to the left of us. We have Higgs. Higgs brings us food and character, so we have an excuse out of character to have food next to us to start chewing and eating and drinking. It's great. 10 out of 10.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah. Sal still, still just does not want to talk about stuff. I was trying to think if there's any way that she would word things, and I was like, no, she still isn't.
So
I
Ludric's
brought burgers.
confrontational way was essentially going to be, and maybe I might even still ask this as a question, as like a thing on the way home, is what is your plan?
That she has no real plans. She's just yeah.
Sal moments.
Yeah,
Stare at ground. Ear
well, she's
down.
like given up on plans for this. Is her problem right now.
Hmm. Well, once so we gotta find some sort of progress. That's what we need. Obviously, that's kind of the cure for the that's kind of the cure for the entire arc, right? Just
Yeah.
find progress towards fixing it. However,
Yep.
oh, it is what it is. It's the unfortunate truth. So I am of the mindset that until Wednesday happens, I'm gonna sit for this. So I'm assuming they go home tonight. They're quiet. There's not really a lot of talk. Well, that's a lie. Ludric will pipe up and just start saying dumb things here and there, do little things to try to distract her, try to get her, into a headspace. Or at least try to distract her enough to try to pull her out of a headspace. If they're even not talking about that stuff, he's gonna find dumb things. He's also probably gonna pester Blackberry to be like, "Hey, you need to make egregiously odd food and then just walk by our room eating it or walk by the study eating it where Sal can see you. Like, do little things, and he's going to probably try to set up goobers doing dumb things in certain parts of the house, too. Things that Sal is going to notice, whether she'll respond to them or not, the whole other story. But he's attempting just to make noise and do things around the house to distract her.
Mm-hmm.
However, if that is the case, I'm also going to say, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm going to assume that Sal's really not probably going to go out anywhere Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see
So,
her going
so
anywhere.
yeah, no. So then Ludric is going to spend the day. Let's see. So obviously Ludric will spend time around the house, do little things around the house, between cleaning, cooking, or whatever. He'd probably bring her food and cook her meals and kind of bring it to her on a little tray, or whatever. Oh God! Oh no! So I'm trying to think. I was like, what else? I was like, would he do anything else? Yeah, no. So stupidly, and again, in an attempt to distract her, because he knows that she likes video games, he's gonna go on Wish, and he's going to start looking at things, look at some of the games that she has, try to find something that's like, we're doing reverse RP on this one. We're gonna look for things that look like things that she would enjoy. And buy really shitty games off of Wish that are absolutely atrocious, but they look cool and they look good on the webpage. So Lucia's like, oh, that looks like something she might like.
Fantastic.
Purchase X-Blade. Things of that like terrible quality.
Yo.
So, so with that being said, all right. So the dog and the other dog are character locked for the night until Wednesday. Uh, let's see. It is 9:16. I could go to the funny party. I could actually go up as Midas. What about you? What are you
I
gonna
have
do?
no clue. I don't know. 'Cause I could go by there as a different character. Um,
I think so. The character that would make the most sense to go there at the top of my head would probably be. I think Lily is her name. Your
yeah, I could go
Olaru.
as Plant.
If Plant and just show up.
Yeah, could do that. Cause yeah, I don't know otherwise terrors like waiting for terrors, but that'll be like an hour or so
Right. It'll be yeah.
at least. Um, so I might.
I back in my head, I thought this scene was honestly gonna take longer. I thought this would have gone. Well, if we just sat in silence, honestly,
Yeah,
I
I
think it would
mean
have.
it. Yeah, it depended on if Sal could have found a way to word what she wants to word, but she didn't still. So like it could have gone quicker.
Yeah. Instead, he got angsty teenager.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It was so funny because I was like, man, I had just like said to chat, like, man, I really can't think of like anything Sal would be saying right now. Then you say that, and then immediately I'm just like, yeah, she would just be like, whatever. It's just immediate, just completely dismissive agreement. Like,
Oh,
yeah, sure, whatever, fine, I'll do the thing.
fine. Yippee.
You know,
Oh.
yeah,
Well,
maybe.
we'll have to see how Wednesday goes because I'm assuming Wednesday's going to influence.
Yeah,
I don't know how much Wednesday's going to influence.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think how Wednesday would influence things. It depends, I guess, if she has a bad day and they get to like a little spat about things or not.
Mm-hmm. Yup. Yeah. Uh, yeah, there
Let's
was
see.
there was potential stupid different result for Sal running off if Ludwig had taken longer to find her, but we didn't get there, so that's probably for the best. It's just-
Oh, because I could imagine where she would have ended up at if she had. Oh, nah, because if she ended up at like the worst place that she could have ended up at, this scene would have had a completely different talk. Oh,
uh,
it's
you know,
also why I'm in this avatar and not in another avatar. We're ready.
hold
We're ready. We're
on.
ready
Yeah.
for fucking shit to hit the fan if it absolutely hits the fan. Ugh.